Passive assault music.
Starting to play some passing guard, okay? White belt, blue belt, purple belt, I absolutely sucked at passing guard, yeah? By that point, I think I had about 4 or 5 years judo, but although I was confident in my takedowns, I wasn't that confident in my passing guard. So I did like an analysis of like my last 10 jiu-jitsu matches. I got a takedown once, I jumped a triangle once, missed it, ended up pulling guard, and the other 8 were absolutely pure pulling guard. Which is, I couldn't understand why, when I had some decent jiu-jitsu compared to my peers, like in, I had some decent judo compared to my peers in the jiu-jitsu world. But I think it all came down to kind of not having confidence in my passing guard. We had some, and still have some guys at our gym that are like a horrible guard players. They just tie you up in knots, and it's really like an horrendous thing. So, I sort of, I reverse engineered it, and I was sort of starting in a position I was getting stuck, and worked it backwards, yeah? I also kind of fell into the trap of, this guy's got butterfly guard, how do I pass butterfly guard? Oh, now he's got spider guard, how do I pass that? Oh, he's gone to close guard now, how do I? And I was thinking of each individual guard as needing an individual set of passes, if that makes sense. So basically, I would practice passing butterfly, straight away the guy comes out, plays spider instead, and I'm starting to think, right, so what do I do in this situation then? And rather than just taking like a concept for passing guard, passing any sort of guard, that I started working like a brown belt, and I continued like working it over and over and over, sort of right up to now. And they all say that, you know, jiu-jitsu really is like sort of never ending, and I believe it. I think it's taken me from brown belt to now to have a relatively decent passing game, okay? Just kind of rolling there with Steve a little bit, I was setting up the position that I wanted to pass from to see if he would kind of recognise it. It's still almost kind of like a good setup is not always that obvious, okay? The concept of it is, rather than trying to pass both legs and both hips, I isolate one. Okay, you've probably done this before with spanner anyway. But basically all I'm doing is I'm going to pass one leg and one hip, not passing both of them. Okay? Now, there's 2 ways I'm going to look at this. One of them is just literally by isolating a leg with my hand, going to sit on this leg so I've trapped his hook, and then go to pass. The other way is really sort of first aid jiu-jitsu, using my knee and my shin to actually pin his leg to the mat, and therefore I've only got one leg to pass. So this is how we're going to start, right? So what I'm going to look at is doing some real good old fundamental jiu-jitsu, and then we're going to sort of switch it to put a bit of a modern twist onto it as well. So I'm going to start in my partner's guard. Yeah, so we're in this position here, just straight away working this closed guard. In this position is in what I call like, it's like his optimal bench press position. Everything from here is in alignment. Spine's nice and straight, hips are level, shoulders are level. Okay, and you'll find this matters massively throughout every sort of aspect of your jiu-jitsu. If his hips are level, then this guy is strong. Okay? You go and load up the leg press machine in the gym and you say, right, I'm going to do leg press. What position do you do? Okay, this kind of position here. So, to prove my point I'm making, next time you go to the gym, load up the leg press machine and press it from here. And then, turn over so you're face down and try and do the leg press machine. It doesn't work, you've changed the structure of your hips. Go onto one side and try and work leg press. It doesn't work. And it's all down to how the body is structured, like for maximal transference of your force. Now if he can leg press, I don't know, I mean, Steve looks pretty strong, if he can leg press, say, what, 80 kilos? If he can leg press in weights more than my weight is, that's not actually lent right on top of him, I figure he can just literally put his feet on me, push me away, yeah, because he's in this optimal position. So we have to break this to start with. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about passing guard just yet. Yeah, we can go just sort of like the, you know, sort of good old school way here. So straight away from this position, I'm going to circle this leg inside. I'm going to start to drive this across. Okay. Now I'm looking. Depending on what my next move is, I'm either going to get my knee right down to the floor, or I'm just going to put pressure on it here, but leave this gap. I'll leave this gap sometimes because the guy tries to withdraw his leg through there and sets him up for a double under. That's something we're going to move, you know, we'll cover as well. It's not in today. So from this side, you can see now already, I've offset his hips. So now it's not as strong. Yeah, in this position, somebody hand him some big weight for him to bench press. Yes, okay. So I get to here, I do this. Now somebody hand him the same weights to bench press. He ain't doing it. Okay. So what I'm going to do from here, just really, like I said, really sort of day one jiu-jitsu to start with from here. I'm going to circle. I'm going to lift this leg up onto here. We've all seen this before. If the guy's been training a while, like Steve's an experienced blue belt, it's unlikely that this pass is going to work for me now, no matter how much pressure I give him. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take this real kind of traditional position and we're going to put kind of like a new twist onto it. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab his gi pants, I'm going to pressure his leg forward a little bit, and as I release, I'm going to pull his leg from there to here. So now you actually end up in this leg drag position. Straight away, grip, switch, elbow down. So now I'm in a great position, yeah, to start looking to pass. From here, Steve's going to do something. Perfect. When that leg's stuck, people feel like they want to bring it back in. As he brings that back in, he's literally made me go to side control. Okay, so again, just this sequence. Again, I'm assuming everybody knows how to break guard from here. Just close your feet. If you find, just by the way, that I'm in here and I'm having a bit of difficulty working this to break it, because some guys have got a good tight guard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hips in, start to give him some pressure, and if I need to, I just get a little bit of a twist. I just kind of do this just as a given, I assume just people know this and might not. Knee in the butt, yeah, and watch, I'm going to go hips in and then twist my hip back. Very difficult for anybody to stop that, okay? I don't know if you do that already, if not, you can throw that in as well. I've got this leg pinned, I'm already putting pressure down, so you see, it's taking his hips off level. Into this position now his hips are dead. Reach underneath. I can still work this if I want to. This is going to give me the driving pressure to try and really make him kind of fight this. Because when I'm ready, I grip, I drive. I know he's going to want to sort of try and push me back. So then I release and I pop this round. Get my weight back on top of him here. Grip. Bring the gi down here onto his leg. Like I say, from here, the guy quite often tries to bring this leg back in, which takes me this way. If not, like when I'm doing it properly now, what I have here, I have this collar. And you see how I'm gripping it quite low down. My next move is push this as I step here. So straight away, this is feeding this. Okay, so this will be my next move from this position here. I know this guy now is going to roll away from the choke. No, he's not going to roll into it, dumbass. So I catch his arm, so he can't. So he goes to roll away, and I catch his arm. Yeah, so it's brought me up with him, start walking round, and put him open while rolling back over. So, let's go from a real classic knee cutting across, yeah, into something, like I say, a little bit more modern. Either two hands here, or one hand like I did before. Pressure, release, bring this down, get your weight down through here, grip the gi. If you want to move on from there, hand round his head as I long step, to feed, and I'm in a great position to start attacking.